Yeah, use the paper one.
Okay. Just hold it there 1 second. If I'm happy with the shot, we'll move on. All right, the flash crucifixion shot was the first shot that we done on the 26th of all the stuff, all the shots and scenes with the man who died. So I just want to talk about this shot for a second. It was the first shot that we done, but it took so long for us to set it up, right? So long to set it up, and it's an intricate kind of weird shot because so many things could go wrong, and they did kind of go wrong. So we were just shooting down. So it means that we're not seeing anything from the left and the right. That image that you see there, we don't see obviously any of that. We just see a bit of the wood, the crown of thorns, the long hair, and the white stones at the bottom. And the wood is elevated up on these bricks, right? So we can get a bit more depth of field where we need to get it, right? So, but the shot was intricate because the blood bit they put into his mouth. The idea was to have a shot that the blood would just spew out from his mouth, spew up towards the camera a tiny bit as best as we could. But we had problems with when he tilted his head up, that you could see there that the crown of thorns and the wig would kind of move a tiny bit when he done that. So what we had to do on a shot after this, about 20 minutes, 30 minutes after this, is we had to have it where he didn't move his head hardly up at all, so we could get the shot where that didn't happen. So, and then there was a problem with the blood. It was very cold out. He was very cold. He didn't, there was too much blood in his mouth at one point. After he'd done the shot, if we didn't like it, we had to clean all the blood off his face. So it was an awkward enough shot, and it's going to be on screen for about under a second. I'd say about 17, 18 frames, something like that, right? So with doing movies, there's always a lot going on, even for a very small shot. Just say, for instance, that shot will be important to the film because when he remembers and we flash back with very quick cuts of the nails, the feet, the blood, the hammer, the bits of things like that, they're going to be done very, very quick. But this shot in particular is an important shot because it does give you some sort of kind of like meat on the bone for the film, where you kind of like see what this guy has went through, and it gives it that much more tension. So it was an important shot that I spent a good bit of time on. And there's another shot that I'm thinking of doing right now where the rooster is kind of like silhouetted, where he's kind of like just shadow, and you see the tomb beyond him when he jumps down. So I've got this thing in my head where it's kind of like, well, I have to kind of do this shot. I've done tests with it now. It means I have to set the tomb back up again. But it's a shot where it's kind of like, well, I kind of see that it's kind of like it's symbolism to do with the rooster and the tomb and the man who died. And it's just, when you're doing movies, it's a visual term. It's a visual medium. So you always have to be thinking in the area of visuality so much more than anything else. Especially with a film like this, because it's kind of like, it's about mood. It's about half seeing. It's about tension. It's about, it's what you don't see sometimes, which is more interesting. So anyhow, I yield.